Hi, you guys. I have a really fun video for you today. This one's going to be pretty quick, but it's something I get asked about all of the time, and it's about how do I make half square triangles? And not only how do I make them, but also how do I trim them? And I've got a few different tools that I want to share with you because there are many different ways that you can do it. And again, there are no right or wrong ways. Somebody might prefer one way over another, but you're not doing it wrong. Just know that, however you decide to do it. And I'm going to show you how to do two at a time, which is a very basic way to do half square triangles. Now, I highly recommend if you start falling in love with half square triangles, and I'm warning you, you just might, because I totally did. They are so incredibly versatile. You can make so many different patterns with them. It's just amazing. Like, you can take a block and you can turn it and it's different. And there's just so many different things that you can do. So I just want you to know that. But also, the two at a time method is a very simple, easy way to get started. But then as you start to explore the world of half square triangles, you might want to learn more about making 8 at a time or 4 at a time or 16 or, whatever it might be, because you can make more than just 2 at a time. But we're going to start it with 2 because it's the easiest and it's the most, I feel like it's one of the easiest ways to learn. The other ways aren't complicated. I just think you need to wrap your head around the basics first, and then you can explore fun new ways to do it. So I'm going to switch cameras so that you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So let me switcheroo. Okay, so I've got my 2 squares of fabric. Now, what you need to know is they should be the same exact size. Now, there are all kinds of charts and different things that you can look up depending on what size you want your finished half square triangle to be. Today, we're not even going to worry about that. We're really starting with the basics. We're starting with 2 5-inch squares, and we're going to put them right sides together. So now, in order to make 2 sets of half square triangles, we're going to turn it, and we're going to draw a line from this corner to this corner. I just like to use a ruler and my fabric marking pen. And so we've just drawn a straight line, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to sew on each side of the line a 1/4 inch away from the line. So you want to keep your fabric lined up, nice and neat. Now I'm using a 1/4 inch presser foot, so I can line up the edge of my foot right on this line. Now, something else, this marking tape right here. A lot of people like to use this for half square triangles, and I also have a laser light that I've used. Now, again, we're sticking to the basics today. I want to show you how to do this without any other additional tools or accessories. I think that's something that's fun to explore down the road as you decide, yeah, I want to make a lot more of these. But how, I'm going to show you quick, this seam tape. So you line the red line up with your needle, and then the black mark on either side is a quarter of an inch away from where your needle is positioned, right? So then what you could do is you could line this up. See, it doesn't even come, it would need to come out longer. You can't even see that in the camera. Hang on. Sorry. My camera gets a little goofy when I mess with it. But, I can't even see, like, I would need to have my seam tape extended out here further onto my countertop, and I don't. So it's not even going to really help me. And the idea behind the seam tape is so that you don't have to draw the line. You can just follow, you could keep your fabric here lined up with this line as we sew. So the idea would be, instead of following a line right here where I'm watching on my presser foot, you would be following the seam tape. And again, there's no right or wrong. Honestly, the easiest way is to follow the line on the fabric. I feel like it's easier to keep everything nice and straight. That's another reason I like my laser light, because it shines a light right on the fabric. So it eliminates the step of having to draw all the lines. And if you're making a bunch of these, like, you might not think making one line is a big deal. If you're making 100 of these, which you could be, or more for a quilt, then it's like, okay, if I could eliminate a step, so that's just something to think about down the road. So we're sewing a 1/4 inch on each side of that line. All right, so we've got our 2 stitches done. So now we're done with the sewing part. Okay, so now what you want to do, take your ruler and a rotary cutter. I'm going to just line that ruler up on the line that we drew, and we're going to cut right in half. So now we have 2 sets of half square triangles. So if you open it up, we've just made 2 squares. But now we have to trim. So before we do any pressing, we have to decide how we're going to trim. And what I mean by trim is first you got to trim off these dog ears here. That's that excess that you get once this is all open. But chances are this isn't the exact size you might need it to be for your project. So I always trim, and again, there are other methods where you can make half square triangles where you don't have to do any trimming. I have never tried any of those methods. I'm being honest, I just haven't. Now, I'm going to show you the way that I know and what works best for me, and you can take from there and adapt it and use what works best for you. I've got two different types of trimmers here that I like to use for half square triangles. This one is the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer, and this one comes in a couple of different sizes. I have trimmer A, which is 1/2 inch sizes, and trimmer B, which is full sizes. So we're just going to look at this half square triangle. And with this one, you keep your half square triangle folded in half. And then what you do is you line up your sewing line with the dotted line on your ruler. And so you figure out what size you want it to be. So if I want this to be a 4-inch unfinished half square triangle, I would line up my stitch line with the dotted line on the ruler with this at this 4-inch mark. If I wanted it to be a 3-inch half square triangle, I would have started with a smaller square to begin with. There's a whole way you can break all of this down, and there's charts out there so that you don't have to do the math. But just for an example, if I wanted it to be a 3-inch, and I could move it over here, and then you just trim here, and then it's got these slots, and you use those to trim off the dog ears. We're going to make this one 4 inches. Okay? So I've got my dotted line matched up with my sewing line. You use my rotary cutter, and you just trim up one side, down the other side. And now to trim off those dog ears, you just cut there, and you cut there. You just put it in the slots and cut out. And so it trims off these little dog ear pieces. And then you press it open when you're done. We'll use the iron in a second. So now we have a perfect 4-inch half square triangle. Dog ears are trimmed off. Now, I do like these rulers. They work great. I feel like it's a little bit faster because you're only trimming 2 sides at a time. It gets a little tricky putting your rotary blade in the dog ears sometimes. It's not hard. It's just, you just have to think of it as another step. So if you're going to use the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer, you don't press first. You leave it folded in half. The other trimmer, and this is my favorite one, is the block lock. And I love this one, but you need to open your half square triangle first to use the block lock ruler. And I'm going to show you why. It's kind of genius, I think. And I feel like it's a slower process, but I get more accurate cuts when I use the block lock. And it's because of their little magic trick that I'm going to show you. So you want to press this open. Make sure you've got a nice clean seam there. Okay, take this down. Okay, so now with the block lock, there is a groove in the back of the block lock ruler. So you want your writing, so where it says block lock, to be on the side opposite your seam. So the seam is folded down this way. It's pressed towards me. So you're going to line up that groove along that seam, and it literally locks into place. Like it will slide back and forth, but it won't slide down because it's catching on the seam. So you simply slide the block lock to the line you want. So if we want to make 4-inch half square triangles here, I line it up 4 inches along the yellow, and then 4 inches along this white. So I can see here and here, I've lined both of them up at 4 inches. If we wanted this to be 3.5, we just simply continue sliding it to the marks that you want. So it could be 3.5, it could be 4, and they make different sizes of the block lock ruler depending, again, on what size half square triangles you're making. But with this size, you can make anywhere from 1 inch to 4 inches, where this little one, you can only go as big as 2 inches. But this is handy for those smaller half square triangles, but you could also use this one if it's all you have. So let's just make this one also 4 inches. And I do like using a, let oh my gosh, a spinny cutting mat. What the heck? Why can't I think of the name? You know what I mean. A rotating cutting mat. Okay, so now we've got this lined up. We're locked into place on our seam allowance, and we're going to trim here and here. This is why it's helpful to have a rotating cutting mat, but I try not to move it if I can help it, but we're going to move it so it's easier for me to cut. And then what we're going to do is line it up on the other side on the 4 and 4, and actually we don't have much to cut off. I do like to trim along those edges just in case there's anything floating along, but also it gets this dog ear trimmed off right here. So now again, we have a perfect 4-inch half square triangle. We have two, and it doesn't matter which method you use. Both of these rulers work great, and I do believe that there are others out there. These are the two that I've used the most, that I'm the most familiar with. Block Lock is my first favorite. Clearly Perfect is my second. They both work great. You get good results. We've got the same exact size half square triangles here, and now we could put them together however we want. And this is what I mean. You can turn them so many different ways to get so many different designs when you're laying out your blocks, which is why I love half square triangles. And it's what I started with, and I still am, I'm drawn to them. So there you go. Well, I hope that was helpful. I hope that answered some half square triangle questions for you guys. Again, I will link both of these down below in the description. Try them out, see what you like. And if you're only going to get one, get the Block Lock, the 4-inch, because it's versatile, unless you're going to be making bigger half square triangles. But I find I use this one more. I do like the smaller one if I'm doing smaller blocks, but you can get these in a bundle. But the Clearly Perfect, this one is also great too. But you do need, if you're going to do full sizes versus half sizes, you do need to have both, because it doesn't have the markings on the full size one for the 1/2 inch and vice versa. So, all right, I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I will link them for you below. Thank you so much for watching today, and be sure you hit that subscribe button and that you're following along. And if you hit that little bell, it'll notify you every time we post a video. Have a great day, you guys.